Hey guys, so I wanted to come on here and talk about this story involving this convicted cave aborigine who have been robbing banks in multiple disguises, one of them being the disguise of a black man. This isn't new news. I've spoke about this and done videos about this before. Talking about these topics get tiresome because the people who should be dealing with them don't deal with them. Okay, so this is an issue that affects black men as well as the issue of false rape allegations, and black men collectively still refuse to do anything about this. And even though I know that they don't collectively date interracially, the bottom line of it is collectively they are disenfranchised by false rape allegations, because when one of them gets made, they don't go out looking for a specific black man. They go out and look for any black man that may fit the description of whoever this alleged black man was. So this disenfranchises all of them. Okay, these cave aborigines dressing up and going to commit crimes disguised as black men, this affects all black men too. But whenever we see them getting into some kind of aggressive movement type thing, that's usually to date within the oppressing class of women. But anyway, I want to come down here and show you guys this surveillance video because they have one. It has no audio. It just has the video and some words. It's a surveillance video that they're showing of this robbery where he went to Vegas and robbed a casino. So we'll look at that. But it says this undated booking photo provided by Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department in March 2018 shows Cameron James Kennedy of Vegas. Kennedy is accused of covering his face with black makeup during armed robbery of the Las Vegas Strip casino cashier on January 10th, 2018. Kennedy made an initial court appearance Monday, March 12th. Following his January 25th arrest on a federal robbery charge. So this is just what he does. Again, another cave aborigine who doesn't want to work for anything. He feels like everything should be handed to him. They steal countries and people and every type of resource. So he's saying, well, I don't have a job, so I'm just going to go out and take money. Okay. A man who previously served prison time for bank robbery has been accused of covering his face with black makeup during a $23,000 armed robbery of a Las Vegas Strip casino cashier earlier this year. The cashier at the New York resort, who wasn't hurt in the January holdup, who cares? That person was hurt psychologically. Initially described the man as black, but later said his skin tone was irregular and blotchy, according to a criminal complaint. Cameron James Kennedy, 26, of Las Vegas, and this is a 26-year-old? Really? This is 26. That's interesting. Has been charged with robbery and could face 20 years in prison. And the fact that they're saying he could face it, although this is multiple robberies, but again, the system of white supremacy is self-sabotaging. So regardless to how much crime they commit and how much crime affects other people in their community, they're not going to do anything about it. Kennedy was identified by his distinctive gold teeth, a tip from an anonymous person, and accounts from an unidentified witness who told the FBI that Kennedy bought him a $1,000 prepaid debit card several weeks after the casino heist. So if you look at this video, I'm going to show you guys what we're talking about. Because if you observe this video, which we're going to play in, you're going to see in this video how he's simply going in and out. We're going to get rid of this ad. That's what we're going to do. But to my knowledge, this doesn't have any audio anyway. As you see, it's turned all the way up. So this is what it is. He's going in there to rob this situation, as you see. The funny thing is they say that he's in blackface here, but you can tell that he's not. He just simply has on a blonde wig in here. So he has a number of different disguises, but a black man is one of them. As you guys can tell, there's blonde hair under that wig. But this is just a career criminal. They've allowed him to do this and get away with it for repeatedly, obviously. So look, he also doesn't have his hands concealed, but he's not in blackface on this one, because you can see his neck, and you can see his neck throat, and you can see his face as well, but he's still robbing them, getting money. And he was in and out fairly quickly. Okay? Nobody was none the more wiser. He got off with $23,000. So that's him doing that, as you can see in the video. Career criminal. Because if it was a black man and he had multiple robberies, he wouldn't even have the opportunity to get out and do this. Now, this is images of him in his disguises. So this is him with this disguise as a black man, and this is him as this. Again, this isn't anything new. I've done videos on this in the past. If you guys go to my channel, then you would see that. There is a video up here that I want to show you guys where it gives you an up close of what he's doing. Now, I want to go and show you guys this so you can see the update. Now, this is him apparently on in front of another camera. So in the blackface, his hands still aren't disguised though. So but this is how unintelligent they are. They think that somebody's only looking at a black person's face. He doesn't even feel the need to really disguise any other part of himself. Again, his hands are not disguised. Okay, so this is why when I do crime data and crime stats, I completely disregard it, because that crime data doesn't account for stuff like this. And they don't even make things like this international news. In an honest society, if you have people getting into blackface to commit crimes as other people in a supposedly post-racial society, you would have that being checked, but you don't. Here are the still images. And again, black people don't even check this. This is why this is a problem. It's enough that you go to your enemy to regulate the actions of themselves, and you rely on the same system of injustice to give you justice. It's enough that we're doing that, which is wholly ridiculous. But we do nothing about this. We do nothing about anything. And I don't know how we think that we can just continuously give passes to everything, not regulate anything, not have any standards, not put any checks and balances, not dole out any consequences. Black people make excuses to implement consequences of any form. Doesn't matter what the consequence is. The consequence can simply be you withdrawing your money, you withdrawing your body, owning your own athleticism, not playing in these games where you have people who are less sufficient than you, making more than you, to sit on a bench while you get up there and injure yourself. There's no self-value, none. And again, people keep trying to build plans and do movements around all this, but if you don't deal with this psychology, which we're not going to hope to get anywhere. We're simply choosing to not deal with mentality and psychology. So this one, like the other one, said a Las Vegas man in blackface who allegedly robbed a casino of $23,000 at gunpoint has been charged in federal court. Cameron James was charged with interference with commerce by robbery at the United States District Court on Friday. Kennedy allegedly used makeup to appear black when he robbed a casino cage at New York. And again, no hate crime over here, none at all, although he's clearly targeting black people. But no hate crime. If this was a black person, they would attach hate crime to it so fast it would make everybody's head spin. Authorities revealed Kennedy was already under federal supervision for 2 prior bank robbery charges at the time of the crime. So he has 2 federal bank robberies. He's still outside. He's still not in prison. He's able to dress up in blackface. Even when he does get charged, they completely skip over the fact that he's targeting an entire race of men. They skip over that, because even if they got a black man and put him in prison, that black person's safety and livelihood at that point is compromised. So this right here should be nothing more than a hate crime, an attempted murder on a black person. Again, they'll let these things go though. We do absolutely nothing. Again, most of these affect black men. You'll see them, even the conscious ones, getting up and saying something about it. And again, it's right to say something about it, but to say something about it and not direct black men to do something about it, it's very problematic, because it says we know we're a victim of this, but rather than do something about it, let's continue to just wallow in our victimhood. What are you going to do about this, black men? Because you have more power really than anybody here to do something about this. Your enemy is not going to check each other. At the end of the day, this person is still a part of the system of white supremacy. So the white supremacist court system isn't going to effectively deal with this. They're not. That's why they're not even acknowledging, really. They're mentioning that he dressed up as a black man, but in the court, in the terms of punishment and crime, they're not even acknowledging the fact that he dressed up as a black person. They're saying, okay, the bank robbery was a crime, but getting in blackface and trying to pin this on a black person, no crime there. That's basically what they said. He allegedly cut off his GPS monitoring bracelet 3 hours before robbing the casino around 12:45 a.m., according to the Las Vegas Review-Journal. So they gave a person who had 2 bank robberies house arrest. That's what they gave him. 2 armed bank robberies. They gave him house arrest for that. Las Vegas police said Kennedy showed the cashier a handgun tucked into his waistband and told her, "I want all your hundreds and don't mess around." Kennedy allegedly made off with more than $23,000 and fled in a taxi cab. He then purchased a $1,500 gold bracelet, a $1,000 prepaid debit card under a different name, and more than $1,800 in money orders, according to court records. Police initially described the robbery suspect as a black male before the cashier told investigators that the man's skin tone was off and the color appeared blotchy. So these are the still images. Authorities later learned that Kennedy had used makeup to appear black. Kennedy was arrested on January 18th after an anonymous tipster told police he had robbed the casino. A witness then told police that they had seen Kennedy hours after the robbery and revealed that he had been wearing black clothes and that his face had appeared darker than usual. The same witnesses then identified Kennedy, who was arrested on January 25th on the casino surveillance footage. Phone records also show that Kennedy had been near the exact same location where the suspect had been dropped off by the taxi after the robbery. He is now in federal custody for unrelated charges and faces up to 20 years in prison if convicted. Well, the fact that this dude already got off on 2 robberies and you gave him house arrest, look, they're not thinking about that, but this is just how the system works. And again, we keep relying on the system and our enemies to punish participants of that system. It doesn't work like that. So the only people who are going to get something done about this is black men. But unfortunately, even if you have a few of them who really want to do something about this, the sheer number of coons out there, which we're living in an unchecked coon epidemic, because not only do black people want to check, not only do black people not want to check outsiders, they don't want to check insiders too. And you can't do that. You can't run around with no rules, no consequences for breaking the rules, no codes, and think that somehow you're going to excel. There are things and stipulations and criteria for success. And none of it is conducive to allowing other people to just run amok and do whatever they want to. There's no accountability. And when you are a group of people who just allow people to do things, they're going to do stuff to you and they're going to continue to, because you're going to continue to allow it. That's problematic. And there's no possible way we're going to get out of a system of white supremacy. It can be a system of Asian supremacy. It could be a system of any supremacy. And as long as we still have this global mentality and this unwillingness to unite and to hold accountable anything or to administer any consequences, whether it's a passive consequence or a directly violent consequence, regardless, you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything. You're not even willing to defend yourself. You don't even have to go be violent. You're not even willing to defend yourself on a basic level. That is a problem. But let me know what you guys think. Thank you for your support. I'll see you in the next one.